This grand final rematch from last year, it's of course Lauderdale versus North Launceston. It's been the grand final for the last 3 years, of course the Northern Bombers coming out on top on all of those occasions. But it's a new year and I'm joined by Jacob Beavers. What are you expecting from this clash today?
Good day, Hamish. Great to be here, mate. Yeah, expecting a spiteful contest, actually. It's usually pretty spiteful when these two teams meet, so expect nothing less.
I reckon you're right. There's a lot of tension with all their history, and especially with things down at the tip, it does have a tendency to bowl over a bit.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. So, nearly ready to go here at Skybus Oval, they call it now these days.
Yep. Just getting ready for the ruck battle between Alex Lee, Hayden Smith, both in great form coming into this match. Probably exchanged that title of top ruckman in the TSL over the last couple of years, so I reckon that matchup will be pivotal to today's contest.
Yes, I think Alex Lee was best on ground last week, they told me, so looking forward to seeing how they go. All right, umpire Cornish throws it up, and it's Lee and Smith in the ruck. Lee won that battle. Ball falls to ground. Lee was there. So too Kalkowski, and now Walsh has been tackled down to the ground by Cox Goodyear.
Interested to see the role from Walsh today. Did a bit of a tagging job on Joey Harper last week. Actually managed to keep him to his quietest game last week.
So free kick to North Launceston, and that's a good mark. Taken by Bell Chambers, I think it is. Goes out to a one-on-one. Nelson was able to grab it and then kick it inboard. Good mark by the big ruckman Smith.
Oh, that's a big handball. Might be in a bit of danger. North Launceston looking to rebound it inside 50, that's cut off.
Ball bubbling around here, Siggins. Might have been taken high.
Oh gee, and he looks a bit hurt as well. He's getting back to his feet now, luckily.
In fact, it's McGuinness.
Oh, he's been in ripping form, hasn't he, this start of the year? Probably been their best player, I reckon.
Can take a good defensive mark, McGuinness. So kicks it out to the interchange wing, bouncing ball close to the line, and that will go out of play.
North Launceston getting some repeat inside 50s early are positive signs from them.
So boundary throw in, centre wing, interchange side, and it's Lee and Smith in the ruck. Smith taps it down. Ball just on ground level at the moment now. Walsh has the football and kicks it high inside 50 to the forward flank. Goes overhead. There's Siggins, who ran out of room. And we're going to have another boundary throw in. This time it's in Lauderdale's forward 50 there. First inside 50 of the afternoon.
Be interesting to see how the forward line goes today. Kept to 4 goals and 5 goals respectively over the last couple of weeks, so need to lift a bit today to probably get the win.
Absolutely.
Siggins in the ruck now, and a great palm down. We've got another contest, and they're calling for ball, but I reckon odds come out there. Slammed into Lauderdale's 50. Can't make the contest. Buffet's there, snap. Oh, and just hits the post there.
Really looking forward to seeing Havea this afternoon, Hamish.
Well, you reckon he probably needs to lift a bit. Started the season beautifully, but kept to 1 goal by Jacob Smith last week. So he's the one player you reckon could kick a bag for them if he gets going today.
Absolutely.
And that's out on the full.
So a free kick going the way of Bill Chambers. It's on the scoreboard side here at Skybus Oval. And he's looking to kick it long inside 50, does just that. Pack of players forming. Havea's there. Went over his head, Siggins' direction. Ball spills to ground. Kalkowski got a kick away, but was smothered. And eventually the ball rolls out of play. I can see Ponting there and amongst it early as well.
Oh, he was brilliant last week. Probably North Launceston's best behind Alex Lee. Around high 31 touches, so he's in good touches always.
Free kick to North Launceston. I think it's going to Lee.
Looks like Siggins taking a lot of the ruck contest early today, playing a bit more of a roll up forward. Of course, we know he's a great utility, he can play anywhere on the ground.
So North Launceston on the far wing. Walsh. 8 tackles last week, Walsh.
Oh, he's very impressive. And
that's a good mark. McGuinness. Spoke about him just before. Great defensive mark by him.
Co-captain this year, and just leadership suiting him beautifully this year, along with Bryce Walsh, of course.
Lauderdale just passing around their defensive 50. There's Poland.
Yeah, in very good form. Kept Mitchell goalless last week. Tigers certainly missing him this season.
Bill Chambers, good kick to McManus. And McManus on the interchange wing. Not the greatest kick. Only goes as far as Walsh. Of course, North Launceston in the white Guernsey today, and Lauderdale in their home strip. Of course, the clash of the Bombers today as it is Bill Chambers who gets a handball away. Ball bubbling around at ground level. Lots of players around it, and we're going to have another stoppage.
Been very tight early, a lot of stoppages, as you'd expect, a lot of pressure being applied by both sides. As there's a bit of carry on from the 2 players, it looks like the umpire's ready to bowl it up again with Smith and Lee.
Currently the number 1 umpire in the competition, Nathan Geeson. There's Walsh, tackled down to the ground by Egger. Umpire's going to ball it up.
Yeah, not a lot giving so far. Just be interesting to see which team can get the first goal. You just feel like it will be a big momentum swing at this stage in the game.
Lee tapped it down. There's Ponting, got a handball away. Now Egger has been taken high, so he'll get a free kick. So he looks inside 50, kicks it high in that direction. Can someone mark for North Launceston? It comes off hands, spills to ground. There's McGuinness again, and he's been pinged. Incorrect disposal, says the umpire. And it's going to be a free kick to North Launceston.
I think it might have been Josh Ponting, I'll just check, but what a way to start his game. Yes, it is.
You're
if he
correct.
can Oh, he was about to hand it off.
He was.
Yeah, thought a bit better off it, but it's a classy play. You'd think he'd kick it from here. About 40 metres out. Strolls in. Oh, and it's just touched on the line. Ball still in. It's still in play. And has that gone? Yes, it's gone over the line now. So well defended in the end by Lauderdale. It looks like Josh McGuinness, very trusty player to bring the ball back in for Lauderdale.
McGuinness kicks it to the interchange wing. Smith was there, couldn't quite mark it, but he did bring it to ground though. Ball at ground level. Lots of players on top of that one, and the umpire says, give it here. Good crowd by the looks of it here at Skybus Oval.
Oh yeah, they always make a lot of noise here. Palm down. North Lauderdale have the ball. Coming through, I think that was Kalkowski, but Whitford inside 50, but that man...
Poland,
yeah. Sorry, I was searching for his name. He's got a big job today as part of that stout Lauderdale defence. Ball flies but comes to ground. Ducked a bit, they're peeling. There'll be another stoppage.
So just the one behind?
Yeah, tight early going. A few inside 50s entries of both teams will be interesting to see what finally gives. Ponting's got the ball, but Walsh probably held him a bit. And Whitford are not afraid to show a bit of aggression, but
absolutely
quickly passes it off to Cox Goodyear, bangs it inside 50. Oh, that's his signature spot on 50. It's usually safe as houses. If he's got the ball there, he'll ram it home. It just fell a bit short there. And McGuinness to bring the ball back in.
McGuinness from fullback. Kicks it high up in the air. Nearly marked by Smith. Had the pressure of Lee. Spilt it out of play for a boundary throw in.
He's been lively so far, Smith, and he's got a big job with Siggins and Lee splitting the ruck duties today. It'll be a tough day for him, but definitely up to the task.
So Lee and Smith in the ruck. Smith got it to Walsh. Quick hands to Siggins. And now Siggins goes out wide to Nelson, and he kicks it down the line. Good fly there by Bennett. Ball falls to ground. There's Foon, who's been tackled down to the ground by a couple of Lauderdale players. We're going to have a ball up.
Been impressed by Jay Foon's form this year, spending a bit more time in the midfield, and he's definitely benefiting from it.
Smith taps it down. Ponting. Egger, I think it was, who got the clearing kick out of the stoppage.
Callow, grabbed his own handball, but look, bad bouncing ball for Lauderdale. Callow, great second effort to Whitford. And that's will be out of bounds. So not a bad result for North Launceston in the end. Get a ball up inside their forward 50. Good to see Jackson Callow getting a few touches. Very special talent, of course. We expect to see him on an AFL list next year.
So ball in. Deep inside North Launceston's forward 50. There's Callow. Really excited to see him this afternoon. Haven't seen him made an impact so far in the game, but he has kicked 5 goals this year.
Yeah, he's been very good. Kicked free in their loss against Launceston a couple of weeks ago. Big role inside forward 50 this week. Bumps the ball down. Looks like it's at the bottom of the contest. Ball spills out. Walsh gets it out. I think that's Baker who will bring the ball outside of 50, takes it, bounce and launches it. It's near Lauderdale's forward 50 now, but well contested. Faya around the contest. What an effort from him. Kalkowski, I think it was, bangs it in, but it's cut off by Lauderdale. North Launceston.
And North Launceston have turned it over here. It was Richmond. Now inside 50. Ball falls to ground. Has that come off the foot of Nelson? I think it has, and that's the first goal of the match. Nelson puts Lauderdale in front by 7. 1-1-7 to North Launceston, yet to score in this one.
Good impact from Luke Nelson, of course, one of the highly publicised recruits from the VFL, played for Richmond's VFL side. Much like the AFL side, they've been on the envy of the competition in the VFL, so some good experience to get into that Lauderdale side. And tell you what, he only came out of isolation a couple of weeks ago, but you wouldn't know it. He's looking in ripping nick. Definitely those quarantine goals everybody talks about, staying healthy while you're in there, but ball back into the centre of the ground. Palm down, Cox Goodyear there. Good follow-up from North Launceston, and it looks like they'll rebound into their forward 50 off half-back. Strong mark there from, Davies, but it's turned over now. Lauderdale looking to bounce back in their forward 50, just falls short there of Wessel. I think that's Franklin who launches it inside 50. Hafez at the base. Oh, but what a good mark there from Donnelly. He's such a good play, isn't he?
So Donnelly goes short to Cox Goodyear. 4 goals this year. Gives it off to Donnelly.
Looks like he's playing a bit down back this week as opposed to up forward.
Yep. So ball in. Ball dribbles out of play for a boundary throw-in.
I'm interested to see him down back. I thought he'd be up forward after some of the actions during the week, but ball thrown in. 2 ruckmen go at it. I think, no, Smith didn't get a hand on it there. 2 players go at it, and North Launceston get it out of the pack. It's rolling forward, contested at ground level, and you reckon it would probably be another stoppage here, and it is. McGuinness involved in the action again. He's made a lively start to the game.
So ball back up in the air. Smith beat his opponent on that occasion. Ball spills to ground. Cox Goodyear's been wrapped up close to the line.
It looks like Bart McCulloch's a late inclusion for this game. Obviously doing a bit of ruck work, and it might be why Donnelly's moved back down back. Of course, former Brisbane Lion. Good to see him back out on the park. I was surprised he wasn't back in the team sooner. But big push from Smith, gets a ruck contest, but Lauderdale can't advantage. North Launceston get it out, and it's Walsh who looks, a bit of a sell, but I reckon he'll be in trouble there. Great tackle from Whitford, but they've had a few stoushes today. Whitford, of course, the coach of the Northern Bombers, not afraid to show a bit of aggression, but he bombs it inside 50, and once again that stout Lauderdale defence rebounds it out. Might be in a bit of trouble with the kick though.
Cox Goodyear had the footy, lost it. There's Kalkowski working his way through traffic and then kicking it down the line, 1-on-1. Van Buren was able to keep it in front of him and did well and kicked it wide. And North Launceston, they get themselves out of trouble for the meantime. There's Foon, kicks it close to the line. It stayed in. And tackled out of play was Edmonds.
Lauderdale players appeal for deliberate, but they don't get it. Crowd also very lively as well. Very spirited home crowd here at Skybus Oval. Ball thrown in. McCulloch and Smith contest again, and it's Smith who gets the ball down. And it looks like he'll go back out again.
So we're about a minute until we run into red time in this first quarter. Just the 1 goal, 1 behind, scored by Lauderdale. North Launceston are yet to score. They have got a couple of inside 50s, but haven't made the most of them yet. Now, it looks like Cox Goodyear's going to get a free kick given away by Bryce Walsh. He's not happy about it either, Bryce.
He's been involved with a few stoushes today, but he bombs it inside 50, won't reach Callow. Looks like it's McGuinness again to there. Lots of second efforts, but can't get the ball. Ball tied up, and the umpire's waiting a bit, and he's given ball against young Jackson Callum. What a start from Josh McGuinness today. Just controlling everything off half-back, isn't he, Bev?
He is. So McGuinness
seals a bit of candy, loads into the centre of the ground, almost gets cut off, and it looks like they'll be able to rebound inside 50 North Launceston. And that man Callow has a chance to kick North Launceston's first. I don't know about you, Bev, but I think this man's going to be an absolute star. One of the only few excuses I'll accept for Collingwood's current form is if they're tanking to get this man. I absolutely love him and has a chance to make a big impact today by getting the first goal for the Northern Bombers. Comes in just inside 50, probably kicking from 40, 45 metres out, pretty much in front of goal. Kicks the ball, and it is good. The Northern Bombers get their first of the day through Jackson Callow. Good start from him, and it's only 1 point the difference here at Skybus Oval. Lauderdale 1-1-7 and North Launceston 1 goal straight. What have you made of the contest so far? It's a pretty even affair at the moment.
It is, yeah, a lot of backwards and forths, and yeah, it's a bit spiteful as well, as we alluded to
as you'd expect,
pre-game. So 1-1-7 to 1 straight 6. Umpire Cornish about to ball it up. By the way, umpires this afternoon, Cornish in the middle, Butts and Geeson. So all the best to them this afternoon, of course. So Smith in the ruck with Lee. Umpire throws the ball up. Now Smith got a hand on it, but it did fall for Lee, who hacked it forward. Now bouncing ball. And keeping it in front of him there was Bell Chambers, and now Lauderdale are able to kick it down the line. Packer plays close to the boundary line, and it's going to be just kept in and then went out for a ball in.
Two ruckmen, Lee and Smith, will contest it again. As you alluded to earlier, there can't be much time left on the clock. Of course, we're in red time, only 1 goal scored by either side. Ball goes in, Smith gets his hands to it, and great follow-up effort from the big man, but it's Ponting who has the ball now, spills it out to another North Launceston player, goes inside 50, ball didn't bounce favourably for him, and it looks like it's a, the umpire's pulled out, I think it was a hold, and it's going North Launceston's way.
So Lauderdale with the football, and it's Franklin. Nat Franklin, one of the few guns in the team. There's McManus down the line. That's a very good kick. Kakowski was able to find some space to kick it onto the chest of Nelson, who's already kicked a goal this afternoon, kicked the first goal of the match, and he's going to go back and have a shot for goal. So we're in red time at the moment.
I think that might have been the best passage of play we've seen today. A lot of the time the ball's gotten caught up, congested, but a really nice aggressive kick, and Nelson might benefit with his second goal of the game.
So Nelson directly in front, long range, comes in, kick on its way, has some legs, the accuracy pretty good as well. So Nelson has 2, Lauderdale have 2 goals to add to their 1 behind, and they lead in the grand final rematch at Skybus Oval.
Well, I'm sure the Lauderdale hierarchs will be very happy with that. Of course, only played his first game a couple of weeks ago out of quarantine, and he's made a big impact so far today, 2 goals already. And as we said earlier, they've struggled to find goals in recent weeks, so still a low-scoring game, but they'd be happy that one of their players has already managed to kick multiple goals in this game so far.
So 2-1-14 to 1-0-6 with about 19 and a half gone in the first quarter.
Ball contested, knocked down. Looks like Franklin has it, and there's the other recruit, Oates. Right there by McManus, and there's McGuinness again, who's just been involved with everything so far. Hands it off to Poland, goes for the centre, aggressive kick, and it pays off. Lauderdale still had the ball, kicked up the field. Oh, I think he's taken the mark there. Yes, it's been paid. There from Richmond. It looks to send it inside 50, and a really good end to the turn from Lauderdale here. Set up, but well contested by North Launceston. Smith has it. Ball spilling out. There's Kalkowski. And did he get collected high? He did. And another chance for Lauderdale on goal. And what's proving to be a really fruitful red patch from them at the end of this quarter. Of course, Kalkowski, being one of their best performed players so far this year, has an ability to find the goals, and you often find him going around the stoppages as well, contesting the ruck, not contesting, but getting quite a few clearances in the centre of the ground. Oh, sorry, that's Alex Seavey. That's my mistake. But of course, he came back into the side this week from a back injury. Usually he's able to find a goal, and just a bit to the right on this occasion. So a bit of a let-off for North Launceston there.
Heavey, of course, back in after serving his 1 week suspension. So North Launceston kick out to the centre square. Lauderdale back in attack here. They go inside 50. That's a really good defensive mark by Richter Salter. He does that so well in defence. Now he goes out wide. And there's the siren. So quarter time at Skybus Oval. 2-1-13 Lauderdale lead the reigning premiers North Launceston 1 straight 6. It's been an entertaining first quarter, in my opinion.
Yeah,
looking forward to the second.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. Very highly contested, as you'd expect. A lot of ball ups in the middle of the ground and a bit of niggle going on, as you'd expect. Probably the chief instigators, Bryce Walsh and Taylor Whitford, of course, senior leaders of both of their teams. Of course, a good start from Lauderdale. Really started to get some momentum going in red time there. Kicked another goal and almost had a chance to get another there as well.
So just having a look at the goal kickers. Nelson kicked 2 in that quarter. And the only goal kicker for North Launceston, Callow, who adds to his 5 goals this season. So he's on 6 goals for the season, of course. So the teams are in their huddles. The umpires are in their huddles.
Yeah, number 8. Yeah, he's number 8.
Welcome back to Skybus Oval, and it's been an entertaining game so far. Quarter time and Lauderdale 2-1-13 lead the reigning premiers North Launceston 1 straight 6. Jacob Bevis alongside Hamish Spence, and Hamish, you've got some scores for us at quarter time around the grounds.
Yeah, a bit of around the grounds. Of course, the other big match at North Hobart, Oval 1 versus 2, and it's actually the Demons up at the moment against the undefeated Launceston. 3 goals straight to North Hobart to Launceston, 1 goal and 1 behind, so 18-7, and just getting the quarter time score from the Tigers against Clarence 16 minutes ago. It was the Tigers 5 goals free, 33, Clarence 1 goal, 2-8, so looks like Trent Ballman's men are on their way to possibly getting their first win of the season.
Potentially, yes, absolutely, and of course Clarence, they looked good last week against North Launceston in patches, that's for sure. Of course, North Launceston is playing in this match at the moment. And have you seen both sides, in particular North Launceston, who trail by 7 points at the quarter-time break?
I mean, I think as we've been saying throughout the call, it's been a pretty even contest at the moment. A lot of tackling and even a bit of niggle as you'd expect. But I think at the end of the quarter, we saw Lauderdale get some really positive, aggressive ball movement up the ground, and it only paid dividends with another goal. They had another shot on goal through Heavey, who missed, but I think if they're able to carry that into the second quarter, just have a bit of momentum, that things could potentially start swinging their way. But North Launceston are not out of this contest by any means.
Of course, these two teams have met in the last 3 grand finals, and North Launceston have won them all. North Launceston have won 5 of the last 6 premierships, so they're definitely the team to beat at the moment, that's for sure, on the basis of what they've done in recent years. And these teams have had a lot of meetings in recent times, that's for sure, in finals and then the 3 games during the home and away season.
Well, I think the record since 2016 is 10-3 North Launceston's way, so it's been pretty one-sided. And of course, the most important 3 games in there was the grand final. But even though it's been a bit one-sided, this is probably the best rivalry in the TSL in recent times. It's just so competitive, and a win either way for these teams would be really significant, if nothing else, in the context of this season. They're both in the top 4 at the moment and haven't done too much wrong, but I think it would be fair to say they haven't hit their top straps at the moment, their top form. So whoever gets a win today could really make a big statement in terms of their premiership credentials this year.
So we're nearly ready to go for the second term. Of course, North Launceston, they're coming off a win against Clarence last week, and Lauderdale have lost their last 2. So a win today is probably vital for Lauderdale, to be honest. Both teams, though, but in particular Lauderdale, who's on a losing streak. Well,
they're heading into the bye as well, so you don't want to head into a bye with 3 losses in a row, especially with Darren Winter. I think he'd probably not be too happy with that. But we can actually see he's holding his men in a bit here. All the North Lonnie guys are out on the ground there, ready to start.
Absolutely. Wonder what he's saying to them at the quarter-time break. I wonder if he's happy enough with that first quarter, which saw Nelson kick 2 goals. Callow kicked the last goal of the term.
They're making their way back onto the field now. Will be ready to resume in what looks like a perfect day for footy today, which was nice to see after a bit of the rain. Of course, some snow in the north end of the state, but perfect conditions for footy in what is a beautiful Saturday afternoon.
So looks like Lee and Smith are going to be in the ruck together once again. It's been a good battle between them two so far. We've seen a bit of ponting in the game so far as well. Walsh has been in amongst it.
Probably
we've seen some good defensive work by McGuinness too, haven't we?
I was about to say he's probably been close to best on ground at the moment, in my opinion. Just really anchoring that defence. Also with Poland in there, it's such a stout group they've got down there. Young guy like Callow has a pretty big job ahead of him as we're ready to resume the second quarter.
So Smith and Lee in the ruck. Lee, that was a really good hit out. And going to pick it up there was Egger, fell to ground. Walsh has the football. He's been hassled by Avent though. Kick comes away inside 50 for Lauderdale. North Launceston trying to mop up the mess here as the ball at ground level bobbles around with plenty of players around the contest. And we're going to get a stoppage. It was Nankervis tackling down Westall.
Ball thrown up. I think Smith got his hands to it over Lee. Ball bobbling around. North Launceston have it. Walsh circling the ball, but Cox Goodyear's got it. Looks like North Lonnie will rebound it out of defence. Strong mark there from Egger. Very good small forward for the Northern Bombers, and he lines it up near inside 50. Pack flies. No one can take the mark. It looks like North Launceston have got it, but that kick is cut off.
So Donnelly has the mark. In fact, no, it's not Donnelly, it's Baker. Donnelly plays for North Launceston,
same
number
numbers.
17.
Yeah, I was about to make the same mistake.
It's always a bit confusing with the two Bombers outfits, but they are in the different colours, of course. So North Launceston inside 50. That's a really good mark taken.
And it's by the
inclusion, the late inclusion in Bart McCulloch, who hasn't been able to break in this side in the last few weeks, but he's now in the team. The late inclusion for this afternoon's match. He was listed as an emergency.
I was a bit surprised he was left out. Of course, we know he was on Brisbane's list for 3 years, but had a lot of injury troubles. But really imposing big man who can also chip hit in the ruck. So looking to bring it to just 1 point the difference and sure get his confidence up after being left out of the team until the last minute.
So McCulloch lines up. Kick looks good. It's there. So Bart McCulloch is on the board. North Launceston have the first goal of the second term. And it is 2 straight North Launceston to 2-1-13 Lauderdale. So Lauderdale 1 point in front with about 2 minutes gone in the second term.
Well, definitely a tight contest at the moment, and I'm sure that would be good for the big man's confidence, Bart McCulloch getting a goal. And their big men have made an impact early. Callow and Bart McCulloch, they're 2 goal kickers so far, so I'm sure that would be pleasing for Taylor Whitford at the moment.
No one contested that ruck contest as the ball spills to ground. Now there's a Lauderdale player on the bottom of that pack with North Launceston players on top of him, and we're going to have a ball up. It was Kalkowski who was on the bottom of that one. So ball up, Lee and Smith in the ruck. Smith won that one. Siggins had it, he lost it, and taken high was Egger for North Launceston. Egger gives it off, and North Launceston are happy to go inside 50. That's a good mark by Callow. And there's a bit of biff and buff here, as you'd expect between these two teams. So Callow, who's already scored a goal in this match, will go back to, hopefully for his sake, slot his second goal.
Big men playing dividends early in this quarter. We just saw Bart McCulloch get his first, and young Jackson Callow a chance of kicking his second. From a reasonably similar position to where he kicked his first from the other end of the ground, but really positive start from North Launceston after they looked like Lauderdale had all the momentum heading into quarter time.
So Callow lining up from long range, directly in front just about, you'd say, and the kick, it's got some legs on it. That's a really good kick from one of the rising stars of the football scene in Callow. He's now kicked 7 goals for the season, and that's his second of the match.
Oh, I'm an unabashed fan of this guy. I reckon he's going to be a star for a very long time. And North Launceston, obviously it's sad the Devils program isn't continuing this year because of obviously all the COVID restrictions, but obviously the Northern Bombers, they're beneficiaries because they get to have this guy running around for them for all this season.
So back in the ruck, it's Lee and Smith in the ruck. Lee won that and then had it and lost it. Ponning's trying to crash his way through the pack, and the umpire has paid a free kick for a throw, and it's going to go the way of Sam Siggins. So Siggins short to McGuinness in the centre square here at Skybus Oval. Now he's looking forward and he kicks a high ball to the forward flank. Pack of players, falls for Kalkowski. He had it, he lost it, ball spills to ground. It comes out for Walsh, who fell to ground there. Ponting received a handball. Now Richter Salter, dropped by Davies. It looked good there for a while, that passage of play from North Launceston, but the ball has spilled to ground, players all over it, and umpire Butler's going to ball it up.
Seems like they've lifted their intensity, North Launceston, this quarter, and we can see it on the scoreboard, the only 2 goals of the quarter so far. Ball thrown up. I think Smith just got his hand to it in the end, but it's going Lauderdale's way up. And a hold on Nat Franklin, so I think this might be their first entry inside 50 this quarter. We'll see if it can pay off for Lauderdale. Ball long to the square. Hafea circling, but just can't mark it. Ball falls to ground. And it looks like North Launceston will get out of dodge successfully. Oh, but that's a risky kick, but that is a great mark there from North Launceston, and they're sending the ball in. McCulloch couldn't contest it. I was about to say a handy tap on, but it did look like it was a throw in there. umpire thought so as well. And it's going to go the way of Baker, who will bring it outside a defensive 50.
So Baker goes short to McManus on the interchange side of the ground. McManus wants to go into the centre square. Bell Chambers to Franklin, Siggins, and now they come out to McGuinness, who goes down the line. North Launceston had the numbers, and taking the mark there was, I think it was Van Buren, who goes into Lowe. Now Lowe switches it over to the other wing here, so Sanders now has the football. He goes into the centre square. It's been turned over by to Franklin by Sanders. And now with the footy is Heavey, who looks inside 50. So Lauderdale going forward, went over the head of Havea, but I think he's going to get a free kick for a bit of a hold there by Donnelly. So Havea a chance here to get himself on the score sheet.
Yeah, of course, made a good start to the season, 6 goals across his first 3 games, but only 1 goal over the last 2 weeks, which came last week against Launceston. So probably will be good for him if he can go back and slot this and just get his confidence up early, and really a bit of a momentum breaker because North Lonnie have come out really strong this quarter, the first 2 goals of this term.
So kicking from about 35 metres on a slight angle, Havea. He's kicked 7 goals this season. He lines up, make that 8 goals, and his first goal of the match, and Lauderdale, they're back in front.
Well, that would be really good for his confidence, and be interesting to see how the match-up between him and Donnelly plays out. Donnelly, of course, was listed to play at full forward before the late change, and Bart McCulloch came in, but really versatile player for Taylor Whitford, can play at any end of the ground, but he's got his hands full with Afea, who, being at Skybus Oval this week, he might just be able to get his confidence up and get back to his goal-kicking ways.
1-1-13 Lauderdale. In fact, that might be 3-1-19 Lauderdale to 3 straight 18 North Launceston. So ball in the middle of the ground. Smith got a handball out, Ponting to a teammate who went inside 50. That's a really good mark, and guess who? It's McGuinness.
Oh, he's just a star, isn't he?
He is. No, he's very good defensively, that's for sure. And he proved it on that occasion, so he's looking to come out to the scoreboard side here at Skybus Oval. 1-on-1, Kaukowski and Richter Salter. Kaukowski won the day, kicked it forward, but it has been marked by Van Buren for North Launceston. So North Launceston there looking to go to this interchange side again, but it hasn't quite worked for them as the umpire blows his whistle. And it's going to be a free kick to North Launceston going the way of Nankervis. He comes out close to the interchange. There's Bennett, got the handball to a teammate who goes inside 50. Rushton is there, so too Bell Chambers, who got a bit of it.
Yeah, I thought he was always going to take the mark there. It was a good effort, but ball inside North Lonnie's forward 50 again. See if they can take advantage. Looks like, yep, Callow's going to contest the ruck with Smith. And Callow actually got hands to it in the end, but it goes to Siggins. Oh, did he drop it? No, said the umpire. Oh, that looked like a bit high, but it wasn't paid, and we'll have another stoppage.
Reglione on the bottom of that tackle.
Callow and Smith to contest the ruck again. Smith palmed it down this time, ball at the bottom of this contest. Kaukowski tried to kick it out, but smothered. Siggins in there again, and this ball isn't getting out of there at the moment, and it's going to be another stoppage. So good effort from North Launceston, good inside forward 50 pressure just to repeatedly lock it inside their forward 50.
So no one contested the ruck there between Smith and his fellow. Oh, that's a really good mark. It was nearly a mark by Burge. Umpire says play on. He dived over the top of his opponent, didn't he?
What about that courage from him? It was Jonathan Brown, Nick Reebok, just flying for the ball. Looks like Smith, he might be a bit winded here.
Is he going to contest the ruck?
Yep, he's going to be all good.
Callow in the ruck with Smith. Callow got a touch on. There's Cox Goodyear, who decides to go for goal, and he misses to the left-hand side for a minor score.
It's always going to be a tough shot, but I think given his talent, you can't have a bit of a license to take a pin from wherever you want. Poland going to bring the ball back in here. Oh, but what a good mark there.
There he is again, Callow.
Callow made a good start to this game, sends it inside. Lauderdale almost get the mark. Snap from North Launceston, and it is good. I think that was Withers, number 30, who kicked the goal. But we've got to play it down off the ball here. Haven't seen the number yet, and it's Smith again. He's been in the wars a bit earlier, looked to wind it a bit early, and I'm not sure how he ended up on the ground there, but really good snap from Withers. It seemed to come out of nowhere, and North Launceston made a really good start to this term. They've kicked 3 goals already. Just as the ball heads into the centre now, looks like Smith's going to be okay to contest the ruck contest after taking a few hits. It looks like Lee's back in the ruck to contest this one as well.
So Lee and Smith in the ruck. Smith just jumped high but didn't get the footy. Lee was able to stand his ground. Whitford. Smith to Walsh, and Walsh just snaps it inside 50. There's going to be a free kick. I think it's going the way of Richmond, who kicks it to the top of the goal square, Havey direction. Kaukowski went for goal and it just snuck in for a behind in the end. So
aggressive from North Launceston, looking. Oh, he sold a bit of candy and got away with it in the end. Launches it outside defensive 50, but it falls in the end. Hands of that man again. Josh McGuinness doing it all over the ground at the moment. Sends it back inside forward 50. Pack flies. Nobody can get it. Looks like North Launceston. Oh, no, it's gone out of bounds now.
Good to see a good crowd in at Skybus Oval, especially on that change room side. So the ball about to be thrown in by one of the, well, probably the youngest boundary umpire in the senior ranks, in Jack Marsh. And that ball couldn't quite be kept in by Kaukowski, so we're going to have another ball up.
Looks like Hafe's contesting the ruck at the moment. We did see Smith cop a couple knocks, so be interesting to see if he's going to be okay. Ball thrown in. Hafe actually got a hand into it in the end. Good job from him. Siggins had it but couldn't take it. Franklin kicked it, but it wasn't 15. Ball bouncing around. Looks like North London. Oh, Siggins again. Great effort from him. Goes to Walsh. That was a great tap on. Will it end in a goal? It does. Bryce Walsh, he's been in all the action and isn't afraid to tell Cox Goodyear about it, that he's got his first on the board. And after North Launceston kicked the first 2 goals of this quarter, it's been goal for goal since. Looks like we've got a great contest on our hand, Jacob.
We do, absolutely.
And that was a really smart bit of play from Lauderdale then, just kept the ball bubbling, and really smart tap onto Walsh, who just such a classy player. He was always going to finish it when he had an open look like that. Siggins and Lee go at it. Maybe a bit of holding off the ball, but Siggins follows up. It's what he's so good at in the ruck. Gives it to Kaukowski, who bombs it inside 50. Is anyone going to fly for it? They don't. Ball out the back, but Donnelly rebounds it outside a defensive 50, but looks like it landed into play, but Nat Franklin to bring it back inside for Lauderdale, but it's cut off by North Launceston once again. Looks like it might be Callow who's drifted back inside defensive 50.
So the ball kicked to the Lauderdale interchange, comes off hand. Siggins juggled it, lost it. Kicked off the deck by Nelson. Cox Goodyear couldn't quite pick it up. Now a chance here for Lauderdale potentially. They want to work it inside 50. There's Kaukowski, received a handball, went inside 50. Can he find a target? He couldn't quite. There's Donnelly, who got rid of it before he was tackled down. And North Launceston, they did well to make their way outside their defensive 50. Now Lee on the change room side here at Skybus Oval. He's going to go back inside the defensive 50 to Nankervis, who plays a vital role in that defence for North Launceston. Over the top to Richter Salter. Now Richter Salter goes wide. Found Whitford, who dropped it. Bit of a rare drop there by Whitford. Now Bennett down the line. Good mark taken by Withers. And now Withers. Quick hands. Whitford inside 50. Lauderdale have the numbers, and that's a good mark by Poland.
Poland kicks it outside defensive 50. It's marked by Franklin. He's been involved in a lot of it this quarter. Bombs the ball up the ground. Contested by both players. Is that going to be a markade? Oh, looks like a high contact free going the way of Bennett. Bennett plays on, bombs it to the wing. He finds a player there in Josh Ponting. Made a good start in the first quarter, maybe a bit quieter now, but got his hands to the ball there. His good mate Taylor Whitford on the wing there. It looks like he's going to load up. Ball goes inside 50. Pack flies. Oh, Mark not paid in the end. On big Bart McCulloch hands the ball. And in the goal square, Rushton, he kicked 2 last week from that spot, but just couldn't get it there. Bit of a missed opportunity for the Northern Bombers as Josh McGuinness looks to bring it back in.
So McGuinness takes the kick out and kicks to the scoreboard side. Siggins at the back, dropped for McManus. McManus went inboard with the handball. Siggins received the handball, went in the forward 50 direction. And Smith, who tried to pick it up, now he's smacked it over for a boundary throw in. Oh no, it's actually a free kick, deliberate.
The crowd not happy about it. I do think it was there. Good to see Smith back on the ground. It's that contested contest. Josh Ponting, soccer forward, but it falls in the hands of Lauderdale there with Raglione, sorry. Ball contested here. A really good run there. And looks like Lauderdale moving the ball forward. High ball. Did he receive a push? No, says the umpire. Looks like Callow swung back into defence for the moment and finds a player out there.
Whitford, the coach of the North Launceston Football Club, of course, goes back inside the defensive 50. Bennett. Short to Cox Goodyear. It was a risky kick, but it got to Cox Goodyear in the end. Now he plays on, takes a bounce, goes in the Callow direction. Callow marks, waits. He's got options on the scoreboard side. Richter Salter wants it badly, but decides to go down the ground to Ponting, who takes the mark out in front. So Ponting,
been lively the last couple minutes, will look to send it inside forward 50. Hands off, but it isn't successful in the end, and this is a chance for Lauderdale. They can just get some good composure. There's Heavey, sends it in, 2-on-1. And it looks like it's a free to Smith, right on 50. Does the big man have the legs? No, it's a kick smothered off the ground, still lands in the hands of Lauderdale. Gives it to Oates. And it looks like it's a free, and it's going North Launceston's way. So good recovery there after a turnover in the middle of the ground.
So taking the mark is Van Buren for North Launceston. Umpire tells him to go on his merry way, and he does just that. He kicks it to the interchange side. Pack of players. Comes off hands, falls to ground. Doesn't come out for anyone. Kicking it off the ground, there was Franklin. Inside 50, siren sounds, and that is the half-time siren. So a pretty entertaining first half. It's definitely an even contest. It was probably Lauderdale in the first quarter, but North Launceston in that second. But Lauderdale, they have the lead at half-time. 4-1-25 to 3-2-20 as we just wait for a moment here. Might be just a little bit of words of exchange between the two teams, as there so often is. It's a good rivalry, this one. Of course, these two teams have met in the last 3 grand finals, but they've decided now to go their separate ways. So, half-time, 4-1-25, Lauderdale lead North Launceston, 3-20 at Skybus Oval. And just having a look at the goal kickers for Lauderdale, Nelson kicked 2 in the first quarter, singles to Havea and was it Walsh who kicked a goal in that?
He did.
Yep, Walsh kicked a goal in that first half, and then just the 3 goals for North Launceston, 2 to Callow, Withers and McCulloch.
Yeah, really entertaining first half. As you said, that quarter was probably a tale of 2 teams. North Launceston came out really well, really aggressively, and got 2 goals early. But I think in the latter half of the term, the pressure Lauderdale really started to apply. It was a bit more reminiscent of the first quarter, and they were able to take the lead back in the end. So it looks like we're set for a really entertaining game here at Skybus Oval. A lot of niggle in it, as you'd expect in this grand final rematch. And at the moment is Lauderdale 4-1-25, leading North Launceston 3-20.
Excuse me, we're just doing an audit here. Taxation department. There's only 3. I'll make the 4. G'day, mate.
Uh, 4-3-27 to Lauderdale to 4-4-4-4-28 North Launceston.
Physically more advanced, so they'll always playing people not through adjustments, they show them better, bigger, stronger. So they got changed into the development teams, which made them even more developed. And what it does is it gives 60% of the population because those women, say April, May, December, will just be fantastic. It's because he said that because what they did was made you just ready to be is that any result this is the entrepreneur.
Second half. Half got noise money made. What do you do that?
Yes, it's I just think often in the year when big events came in technology, so your age to adjust right into 75. You said you were in the car. So if you were in 27 or 75, it's too late because like that family superannuation, when you really know the risk of giving up your work to become an entrepreneur. Yes, she's always been just wasn't sure how much I'd got.
You can.
Yeah.
We hope everybody's enjoying the footy at Paradise Peninsula this afternoon. Skybus Oval, as predicted, a seesawing tough clash between the two Bomber sides. North Launceston going in at half-time with a 1 point lead, 4-4-28 to the home Bombers 4-3-27. Goal kickers for North Lonnie, Jackson Callow's got a couple, Bart McCulloch got one. And Lord Nelson with two. Just an update for those that are interested, scores from other grounds. North Hobart at half-time, a 3-goal straight 18 to Launceston 2-4-16. Down at Richmond Oval, the Tigers are 9-3-57, leading Clarence 3-3-21. I hope everyone continues to enjoy the footy and has a good afternoon. Richo, if you can...
Back up the ground, take it easy!
Welcome back to Skybus Oval, and at half-time it's the North Launceston Football Club leading Lauderdale by a point, 4-3-27 to 4-4-28. Just recapping the goal kickers very quickly. Nelson with 2 for Lauderdale and singles to Havea and Walsh. While for North Launceston, Callows kicked 2. Withers and McCulloch, who was a late inclusion into this match, has kicked singles.
Just some around the ground scores. North Hobart versus Launceston at halftime. North Hobart 3 goals straight 18. Launceston 2 goals 4 behind 16. And over at Richmond Oval with the Tigers and Clarence. The Tigers are currently in the lead, 9 goals 3, 57 to Clarence 3-3, 21. So a lot of good action happening around the state at the moment, but we've got an absolute ripper here, just 1 point separating the 2 grand finalists from last year.
It's been a good season of TSL, hasn't it, with North Hobart being up there this season, and we've had some good close contests. I was at the Twin Ovals last week and saw a good one between the Tigers and Glenorchy, so and we've had some good contests.
And this round are major ramifications on the ladder. Of course, first versus second with North Hobart and Launceston, and today we have third versus fourth. So depending on how the results fall, we could see one of these teams potentially moving up the ladder. But it's been a very interesting day of football so far. Probably the pick for mine out of all the players so far is Josh McGuinness. He's just been doing what he's done all season, just rebounding off half-back, but also making his way up the ground, just providing a lot of drive for the home side at the moment.
Absolutely. So we're nearly ready to go. The teams are out there on the ground. As we've mentioned a couple of times, good crowd in the houses, always for Lauderdale home matches.
And you'd have to say you can't see the score blowing out too much. It's been close all day, and you'd have to think it'll stay that way for most of the game. A very tight contest, a lot of tackles, and as we've been mentioning with the crowd, also a lot of niggle with some of the home fans also getting involved. Probably Bryce Walsh and Taylor Whitford probably being the chief antagonists on the ground, but considering the great rivalry between these two teams, you'd expect nothing less. So just waiting for the ball to be bounced. Don't know about you, but I think Lee and Smith has been a pretty even battle so far. Of course, two of the premier ruckmen of the competition who've gone at it many times in grand finals, just doing what they always do and trying to provide first service for their stacked midfield cause.
Yeah, it's been a good battle. There's been a lot of good battles out there, I think. Ponting and Walsh in the middle, to name another as well.
I think Donnelly and Hufea, we saw the ball go to Hufea a bit more that quarter, but Donnelly, considering he was probably expecting to play full forward, I think he's been quite good on Hufea so far.
Yep. All right, so the teams are just about in their positions. We're nearly ready to go for a huge second half of round 5 TSL action. Don't forget, this is the grand final rematch between the two Bomber teams. Lauderdale and North Launceston. It's North Launceston by a point. So we're just about set. Nathan Geeson about to throw the ball up. Lee and Smith in the ruck to contest it.
He was in the walls a bit, Smith, last quarter. I think he got a bit winded, so it's good to see he's okay, especially for Southern Province. It's such a crucial part of what they want to do.
All right, here we go. Second half, North Launceston by a point. Up it goes, and it's, well, pretty even battle there in that ruck contest. Now, Ponting got it to Cox Good, yep. Now here's Egger going forward. Has he marked that? He has. Edmonds for North Launceston. So North Lonnie getting the first clearance of the third quarter and hitting up Edmonds.
Really strong mark from him. He had to juggle it, but haven't seen too much of him today. But kicking a goal in the opening minute of the quarter would be a great way to get his game going.
Directly in front, just inside 50. Oh, the kick's been smothered by Raglione. He has a second crack at kicking it though, Edmonds, but it didn't go far. Withers had it, lost it. That might have been Smith who had the footy but lost it. North Launceston trying to create something from this situation. As the ball comes out for Withers, who has been tackled down by Walsh. And a kick on goal results in a minus score. So North Launceston have extended their lead to 2 points.
Josh McGuinness to bring it back in. That was Callow with a snap on goal, so he's certainly been lively so far with 2 goals. McGuinness bombs it outside forward 50, Pat flies, goes back inside North Launceston's forward 50. I think that might be Egger with the snap, but it's a bit wayward and it's actually out on the full. So some really aggressive signs from North Lonnie early, just continually searching the ball inside 50.
McManus handballs it out of play and it goes through the gate and over the fence. So
crowd didn't seem to be happy that it wasn't played deliberate. As we've said, very passionate crowding today, even with the restrictions. They're going to make their voices heard for the home side.
Ball back into play. Callow's joined Smith in the ruck. Callow won that ruck contest. Now ball spills to ground. Franklin in amongst it. North Launceston are able to get it out though. And that ball just not quite coming out of that scrimmage. So the umpire is going to ball it up.
We've said it a lot today, but just a very congested ball at the moment. It's broke open at times, but we've seen a lot of these contested fire-ups, and it's Smith against McCulloch in the ruck. Looks like Smith got the ball down. We'll just try to get it. It's Kalkowski again, but he's tackled to the ground. North Launceston player tries to wriggle through, but he's brought down, and I think we're due for another ball up again.
Deep inside 50 for the reigning premiers, North Launceston. Smith won the contest. Here goes Ponting, snap on goal, and he's got it. You wouldn't expect anything less from Josh Ponting. And that extends the lead even further for North Launceston. So they're really starting to make their mark on this game now.
Well, they probably deserve to go in the context of how this quarter started. They've just had a lot of pressure. And if you want to talk about textbook ruck roving craft, you just saw it there. Got the ball down to Ponting, and he's such a classy player. He isn't going to miss opportunities like that. Great crumb off the ruck contest and goal, and North Launceston extending their lead to 8 points.
4-3-27, Lauderdale trail North Launceston 5-5-35.
Ball in the middle. Lee and Smith go at it, but it's Franklin who's got it, sells a bit of candy, hands it out to Kalkowski, who sends it forward, but no man there. And has it been carried over the line? Hasn't, and he might be in a bit of trouble here. Looks like the umpire will just bowl it up then. So at least Lauderdale able to get the ball going towards their end of the ground.
Smith and Lee. Lee might have just won that contest. Lee cleverly slapped it to Ponting. And now North Launceston look to attack. They go inside 50. It's a high ball. Bouncing footy. Sets up for McCulloch. But doing well to rush it through for a behind was Baker for Lauderdale.
He's been good so far. Baker just had a bit of extra speed there, but Bell Chambers hasn't. It's sent out by Baker, and there is Burge to receive it, but the handball goes a bit too far for Burge again in foul, but it looks like it's going to go out of bounds before either player can get it.
So the ball about to be thrown in on the scoreboard side here at Skybus Oval. And Smith, Lee to contest the ruck contest as they so often have this afternoon. Lee taps it down. Cox Goodyear was able to collect. Gava kick it inside 50. Can North Launceston mark? Yes, they can. And it is McCulloch who takes the mark. It was a strong grab from Bart McCulloch. It's what we're so often used to, isn't it?
You just have to love a big contested mark from a big key forward, and he'd be feeling confident. Already got 1 goal for the game after being a late inclusion. A chance to get his second and probably really open up a bit of a buffer for North Launceston in a game that's been pretty close so far.
5.5 gone in the third quarter. This would be a big blow to Lauderdale if McCulloch was able to score this from long range. Kicks it through the sticks. And North Lonnie, they're on their merry way here at the moment in the third term.
Well, this feels a bit reminiscent of the start of the second quarter, just North Launceston on top, and they scored 2 early goals in that quarter, and they've done so again. And Bart McCulloch once again involved in the action. as we said, he was a late inclusion into this game, but he's certainly made an impact. 2 goals, so he's the equal leading goal kicker on the ground along with Callow. But I guess the bigs for North Launceston really coming to the fore so far.
So 41 North Launceston, Lauderdale 27. They're yet to score in this third term. Ponting, quick hands to Avent, goes forward. Quick hands from Callow to Sanders, inside 50, and a mark has been taken by the coach, Taylor Whitford, and he's going to get a 50 as well. So all of a sudden, North Launceston are starting to really dominate here. Whitford directly in front, makes no mistake. And it's North Launceston 47 to Lauderdale 27, so a 20-point lead in the early stages of the third term, just over 7 minutes gone.
That's just a coach killer there from Will Francis. You reckon Whitford would have kicked it anyway, but just giving away that unnecessary 50. And look, I know I said the battle between Lee and Smith was really even, but I think Lee just really coming to the fore here, giving first service to his midfield, really set up this great 20-point buffer they have. Rucks go at it, Lee and Smith, and it's Lee again, but Franklin gets on the end of it. Sell dodges a player, sends it forward. One of the few times for Lauderdale, it looked like it fell for them, but it didn't. Sends it forward. Heavy hovering over the ball, but he can't get it. It looks like we're going to get a stoppage, so probably the first for Lauderdale in this term.
You just feel Lauderdale need a goal here just to keep themselves in it. Avea got a touch on it. Ball spills to ground. North Launceston did well to clear it outside the defensive 50. It only goes as far as McGuinness. Now, quick hands to Poland. Heavy kept it in. Sutton inside 50. There's a few leapers. Ball spills to ground. Egger bursted his way through traffic. Got the handball away, and now North Launceston come out of the defensive 50. Here's Sanders, quick hands to Ponting. Ponting over the top to Callow. Callow's kicked 2 goals already in this game. He kicks it forward in the Rushton direction. Rushton being hassled by Raglione. Ball falls to ground with Rushton. And Rushton on the bottom of the pack there with the footy, and the umpire's going to ball it up forward pocket for North Launceston.
It looks like Callow to contest the ruck. I can't see who will do it for Lauderdale. Smith comes in. Smith gets the tap. A little spilling. It looks like Lauderdale will be able to clear it from their defensive 50. Heavy gets it, but he's tackled, and I reckon he will get a free there. It's dispossessed without the ball. So, but this ball movement from North Launceston, it's blistering at the moment. As you said, I think Lauderdale just really searching for a steadier.
Heavy across the ground finds Sutton. And now Sutton quick hands to Poland, who goes down the ground scoreboard side. McGuinness couldn't quite mark it, but he did grab it in the end. It went back to Baker. Now Sutton kicks it forward. Pack of players. Kalkowski there. Ball spills for North Launceston, and they make their way out here. Lee, good handball wide to Bennett, and Bennett inside 50. Couldn't quite mark it, was Callow, but he did bring it to ground though. Getting a handball out for Lauderdale was Richmond, and then kick to the goal square for nothing for North Launceston. And now Francis kicks it short to Bell Chambers.
Bell Chambers sends it forward. Good mark there from Dance. Haven't seen a lot of him so far. He sends it forward. Good ball movement. Oh, Smith dropped a sitter. Darren Winter won't be happy with that. But once again, North Lonnie send the ball surging forward. But Bell Chambers is safe hands. This man McGuinness has been in everything. Can he ignite something for his side? Sends it wide to Kalkowski. He sends it forward. Can't take the mark there. Takes it. Lauderdale still have ball in hand from Kalkowski to Siggins. Handball it back and forth a bit. Good mark there from Walsh. We'll see if he can rally his side this term. Oh, sorry, Burge. I always get the two redheads confused. Burge sends the ball forward. Oh, but Lee, how good has he been this term? Lots of taps and also great movement around the ground. It's really ignited this North Launceston surge. Ball goes, but it's Burge again. And this could be Lauderdale's opportunity. Bell Chambers tackle, but gets rid of it. Heavey sends it forward, but no man there. We'll see if Walsh Westall can get it. Ball on the bottom of the pack. Could that be ball there? No, it's spilling out. Really tight contest here. Big Lee, he's involved again. He's everywhere at the moment. And you can just see the reinforcement there from Nankervis. He's very pleased with how his big man's competing at the moment.
So ball up top of the 50 for Lauderdale. Smith tapped it down to Siggins. Siggins got it out wide to Walsh, who goes inside 50. Westall direction. Ball falls to ground. Now the umpire has blown his whistle, so it's going to come back. It's going to go to Lauderdale, and it's going to go to Nelson. So he's already kicked 2 goals. They both came in the first quarter, in fact, by Nelson. So is he going to go for the shot?
I reckon he would. He's had 2 goals already. A great way to not only reignite his game from the first quarter, but this Lauderdale side, because boy do they need this.
So Nelson lines up from a tight angle. He's going to have to give it all he's got. Kick on its way. He's got it. A much needed goal for Lauderdale. Comes from Nelson, who's got his 3rd. So the margin back to 14.
Well, that was a really crucial goal. Like, it was only 20 points during the 3rd quarter, but you had a feeling if North Launceston got the next, it would just get away from them. And Nelson, of course, only his 3rd game for the club, coming in from Richmond in the VFL, certainly earning his keep today. 3 goals already, so over half his side's goals. So at the moment, it's 5-3, 33 Lauderdale, 7-5, 47 North Launceston.
Looks like McCulloch has joined Smith in the ruck for this one. So up it goes. McCulloch got there. Smith collects. Handballs it off to Bell Chambers. He goes inside 50 and hits up Burge. So Burge, gee whiz, if Lauderdale were able to kick a goal here, it puts them right back in it. Burge handballs it to Siggins. Siggins kicks it to the top of the goal square. No one could mark. Westall's there. Ball spilling around North Launceston. They rush it through for a minor. And it's Foon who rushes it through.
I know they didn't get a goal ball there, but just the clearance outside of the centre there was really positive. Probably the best ball movement they've had so far this quarter, but fortunately couldn't capitalise as North Launceston send it up the field. Oh, what a fly! Was that my man Callow? It was. He's just a highlight reel right now. That's one for all the recruiters in the AFL. But to be fair to McGuinness, he created a great contest, and it looks like Lauderdale will get out of dodge. Oh, but it's out of the full, and North Launceston will bring it back in.
Hopefully there's a few AFL recruiters watching this, Hamish, and looking at Callow and thinking, well, we need him in the forward half next year, as Ponting goes inside 50. And it's going to be a ball in. Was just in the field of play before being tapped out for a boundary throw-in. Deep inside 50 for North Launceston.
Oh, I'm still getting over that mark from Callow, and it looks like he's going to be involved in the ruck contest with Smith, as we've seen a bit throughout the day. They go at it, and he actually got the tap down. North Launceston scrimmage at the ball, and is he in trouble there? No, but it's a great tackle from McGuinness. Whitford recovers it, but Walsh all over him. And look, and Josh Ponting tries to get it, but great contest from North Launceston, and it is a high free kick going Nat Franklin's way. I think he's had a pretty nice game so far today, but this man McGuinness, he certainly has had a good game. As Lauderdale try and get it out, it's McManus now, holds it up a bit, couldn't see any options further field, so gives it to the trusty McGuinness. He sends it forward. Smith gets involved. I think he's lifted a bit during this quarter. Lee was really getting on top as Smith looks further field. Big ball up the ground. Oh, And a great mark there from Bart McCulloch. He's been very good today.
So McCulloch, high ball inside 50. Couldn't quite find a target. Ball spills to ground. And the umpire is going to ball it up deep inside 50 for North Launceston. So 47 North Launceston lead. Lauderdale 33. Ball goes back up. Smith got a hand to it. The tackle down was Whitford. The umpire's going to ball it up again.
Just some really good pressure at the moment. I guess thankfully for Lauderdale, they've been able to slow it down. Callow goes at it, gets a hit over Smith, but McGuinness rows the ball, gives it to Baker. He's been very good today. Ball further field, Platt fires. Buffet got in there late, but Lauderdale able to get it out through Franklin. Handball a bit over the Lauderdale player's head, but he sends it forward. And there's Oates. Here we go for Lauderdale. Sends it forward. It looks like a good ball, but great effort from North Launceston to get back there. But ball still on the ground. Was he dispossessed? Umpire said no. Looks like North Launceston will be able to muck up this ball. Sends it outside of their defensive 50. Pack flies again. Franklin involved in everything. And looks like he's going to get a free for his effort.
So big kick inside 50. Packer plays forming. Donnelly the fly at the back. Ball spills to ground. It comes out for Davies, who kicks it close to the line. Lee direction. Lee snaps it around his body down the wing. That's a really good mark taken by Poland. And now Poland looks inboard. Tries to find Sutton, but Sutton was under pressure. Now Lauderdale handball it around here and look to go inside 50. Here's Kingston, who goes to the top of the 50. Foon dived at it. Burge tackled over the line by Walsh, who was superb last week in the tackling front. 8 tackles, so no surprise to see him doing that. We're going to have a ball in close to Lauderdale's forward 50.
I think that was a tackle with a bit of malice behind it. They've been after Walsh all day, but ball thrown in. It looks like we've got Lee and Smith back in there. Smith gets the tap down. Siggins gets it, hands it out to Kalkowski, who sends it forward, but they were always outnumbered there, and Foon tidies the ball up. That's North Launceston look to head outside of their defensive 50. It's been a bit more in there compared to the start of the quarter, but here's Foon, but not the best handful, but looks like they'll be able to recover. Sends it out with a big kick to the win. Oh, but I think that was Baker. He's been very good in defence with Poland. And then he goes out to his man Siggins, the utility. Be interesting to see if Winter throws him in the ruck as he does in tight situations. High ball going forward, but never to the favour of Fafaya. North Launceston claim the mark, but it doesn't go their way as Francis sends it out. And it looks like that it could be out through the corridor here. Big ball inside 50. Who's he looking for? Oh, but Poland mops it up. He's been great today.
Poland, full back, goes out to the interchange wing here at Skybus Oval. Bouncing ball, found no one. Bursting through was Kalkowski. He couldn't quite get his way through the pressure. And we're going to have another ball up. So North Launceston 47 to Lauderdale 33. They did kick the last goal, Lauderdale. Ball comes back up. Smith, Siggins, handball wide towards Kalkowski, but he ran out of room.
Looks like the two ruckmen to go at it, Lee and Smith. This battle has been pivotal this quarter as we enter red time. Of course, a lot of goals scored this quarter, but you wouldn't reckon there's much time left. Lee and Smith go at it. Looks like Smith just got his hand to it, but Lee tries to pick it up at ground level. Going through the Lauderdale player, great dodge, Kalkowski. Lauderdale surge it forward. They'd love to get a goal before three-quarter time. But Francis doesn't let him do it. He's been pivotal these last few minutes. Sends it out there to Saunders, Another young Tassie Devil who gets to play for North Lonnie this year due to the program being off to COVID-19. But Poland, and there's the siren. So Lauderdale not able to get that just one final goal, but it's 14 points the difference. But you'd have to think they'd be within a chance, even though it was North Launceston scored it in the end.
Well, that last goal from Nelson, which was a fair way away, a fair long time ago, I should say, it definitely keeps Lauderdale in this contest, doesn't it? After North Launceston started the better of the two teams in the start of the third quarter. So 7-5-47 North Launceston lead Lauderdale 5-3-33. Round 5 action here at Skybus Oval. Goal kickers Nelson with 3 and singles to Havea and Walsh. And for North Launceston, 2 to Callow, Withers and McCulloch. Ponting kicked 1. I think Callow might have 3, not 100% sure. We'll have to check on that at three-quarter time. So the players make their way to their huddles. So just repeating, 5-3-33 Lauderdale trail North Launceston 7-5-47 at the three-quarter time break. Don't go anywhere. The fourth term is going to be a ripper. So make sure you stay tuned for it.
Have a look, you cowboy. Okay, all right.
What about Apple turn on her on the full?
Oh, is that not a champ? There's Apple turnover. Apple. How's Apple? How's Apple? Oh, really? Thanks, Ed. I'll stand there. No! It just... Oh, here we go. Away he went. That's a good answer, isn't it? It's a true answer. That's all you want to talk about. That's honestly genuine concern from this. Text the boys if they're able to support control. I'm seeing what's happening. Why next week? Does that happen anymore? Yeah, well that's... You have? You know, I was talking, I rang
Hey, good.
Oh, no, you're right. I knew you were right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good goal.
But I mean, there's no way they can come to anybody can come in and say,
Was it? At least they tried it out.
Welcome back to Skybus Oval, and at three-quarter time, and it was Lauderdale 5-4-34 trailing North Launceston 7-6-48. Jacob Bevis and Hamish Spence with you. Hamish, you've got some around the ground scores. I believe we've got a full-time score at Richmond.
Yep, don't have the full score yet, but the Tigers got home by 15 for their first win of the season. Apparently the Roos mounted a comeback in the final quarter, but it wasn't enough. And three-quarter time at the other big game we're broadcasting for you today, North Hobart versus Launceston. Launceston have got it in front. It's 8-5-53 to North Hobart, 7 goals straight 42. So they've absolutely shot the lights out today. But the all-important game here is the grand final rematch, and looks like we're set for a beauty. Just 14 points separating the teams. And what are you expecting in this final quarter, Jacob?
Expecting a bit from Lauderdale to keep themselves in the contest and potentially bring it down to the wire. But North Launceston, you just think they have to sort of do what they did in the third quarter to wrap this one up. They played exceptionally well at the start of that third term.
Same in the second as well. I think if Lauderdale can kind of stop this hot start they've been getting, they might be able to get on top in the latter half of the term with their pressure. But North Lonnie, we'll just have to see if they can jump out of the blocks again.
All right, here we go. Fourth term, Skybus Oval. North Lonnie leading Lauderdale. Round 5 of the TSL. Up goes the ball. Lee won the tap. Getting his way through was Oakes, and then kicked it forward. Bouncing ball over heads. Comes out for Foon. He goes wide to his teammate, and he found Lee, who handballs it over to a teammate, who then puts it in front of Egger, who had it, lost it, ball spills to ground. And the umpire Adrian Cornish is going to ball it up.
Looked like Callow was back again. Sorry,
Yep.
Tongue twister. We'll have to see how long that lasts. Lee and Smith go at it. Lee gets a clean hit out. Looks like Ponting just shoved his team out of the way. So, sorry, son, this is mine. High ball there, but in the end, North Launceston end up getting it, sending it inside forward 50. Oh, and that was a really good mark in the end from Lowe. He was one of the inclusions today. Not going to take the shot on goal, but sends it to the square. Oh, but what a great mark by Baker. I know the big men from North Lonnie have been prevalent, but Poland and Baker have stood up today. Sends it out to McGuinness, who's also been all around the ground, just constantly repelling the ball outside of his defensive 50. Can't see an option, so it looks like he's going to send it long down the ground. Oh, but in the end, it's a uncontested mark in the end to Foon, who sends it out to Egger. Back inside forward 50 for North Launceston. Oh, Whitford almost a mark, but he couldn't stick it. Goes out to North Launceston player. I think it might have been Low again, but it was just to the right.
McManus to take the kick out. He's going to go short to Oakes. In fact, he's found Sutton, who wheeled around and went down the scoreboard side. Smith takes a good mark. Handballs it to Kowkowski, who gets it to a teammate. He falls to the ground. That teammate was Nat Franklin. Now Ponting kicks it forward, and Whitford takes the mark. The coach sends it to the top of the goal square. McCulloch direction. But Lauderdale had the numbers, and that was a good slap to the line by Baker, and we're going to have a boundary throw in deep inside 50 for North Launceston.
Well, McCulloch, he's kicked a goal early in each quarter, and I thought he might have taken another great grab there, but wasn't to be. It looks like he's going to be in the ruck with Smith again. We've seen them go at it throughout the day, waiting for the ball to go in. The two rucks go at it, and nobody gets it in, and both claim holding, but it's Bell Chambers scrambling at ground level. Smith gets it out to Kalkowski. Franklin to Bell Chambers, and Lauderdale might be out now. Short kick, falls short of his man, but it works in the end. Lauderdale send it forward, but no play there in the end, and it looks like Foon's going to wrap it up. Oh, can he shrug the tackle? He does in the end. Sends it forward, but great spoil there from Kalkowski. He's really lifted after quarter time. Ball on deck. Crowd appeals for holding the ball, and it looks like they're going to get it in the end. Oh, no, sorry. I'm a bit more excitable than I thought they were. Probably I was a bit too excitable in the end. As Lee and Smith go at it in the ruck again. A bit of a nil-all draw. No ball going either way. But look, oh, that's got to be holding off the ball. It is, and Heavey will get the free.
They want to go the advantage, Lauderdale, but they're not going to get it because I think the umpire might have blown time off. So it's going to come back to Heavey to take the free. Okay, off we go. So Heavey goes wide. And Raglione takes the mark. So Raglione doesn't really know where to go. Looks back, looks forward, decides to go forward in the end. Pack of players, that's a good mark by Callow. We were speaking off air how we're a bit surprised that he's actually playing defence, but he's been forward, he's kicked a couple of goals, and he's taking some good marks in defence, Callow. So kicks to a pack of players on the wing, it comes off hands, close to the boundary line. Egger got a kick away down the ground. And North Launceston might be on their merry way here. Egger got it back, kicked it inside 50. Now a chance here for McCulloch, who gets it over to Lowe, and Lowe makes no mistake with that kick. He's gone straight through the middle, over the goal umpire's head, and that's a massive goal for North Launceston to start this fourth term. So 5 minutes in, and it's Lauderdale 5-4-34 trailing North Launceston 8-7-55.
Well, it felt like the ball just kept going back and forth between each forward 50, but Lowe came in for the game today. He's looked lively so far this quarter, and what a great finish from him. And as he touched on, Jacob, it looks like it might be a bit hard for Lauderdale now with 5 minutes gone, so they'll need to get moving soon, as I'm sure Smith will look to send the ball out of the centre of the ground if he can get the sun out of his eyes. He does, but Lee coming in over the top, and it looks like North Launceston might be on their way again. Sends it forward. Ponting gets it but can't hold on to it. Burge recovers the ball, sends it forward to no play in particular. Knock on from Callow, who's down back this quarter. Looks like Oates was contesting the ball, and I think he might have gotten a free in the back, which is just what the doctor ordered for Lauderdale if they can get a quick one back here.
So Oates
been lively this term. I think he's gotten progressively better as the game's gone along, and if he can get a goal here, it would be great for not only him but his team. He sends it forward. It's a big kick, but it's out on the full in the end.
So North Lonnie to take the free. And the kick from Lee, I think it was, goes down the line. And finds Bennett, who takes a good grab. That was a very good grab there by Bennett. So he looks down the line here on the interchange wing. Smith had a piece of it. Ball falls to ground. Smith is going to get the free. Now he plays on quickly. McManus has the footy now. Goes forward. Tries to find a target ball. Falls to ground. There's Nelson. He's already kicked 3 in the match. His kick is a dribbly one. And it dribbles over the line for a boundary throw in deep inside Lauderdale's forward 50. So potentially a chance for them to bring it back to 15 points if they can make the most of this forward 50 entry, Hamish.
Well, getting close to panic time as Lee and Siggins contest a ruck contest, but Lee just too strong in the end. North Launceston look to get it out, and it looks like they will. Ponting handballs it onto Richter Salter, but that is a great tackle. Crowd appeals, and they get their wish, so it looks like Lauderdale will get another look inside forward 50 here. So it looks like it's Dance who has the ball. Sends it to the top of the square. Pack flies, but Lee, what a mark that is, and he might even get the 50.
Oh, no, it's overturned. It's going the way of Westall.
Oh, good pick up there. I was just happy to see another big mark, but
I was looking at the umpire, and he's given away a free to Westall.
More on top of things than I am, but you'd think that Westall will get the goal here and keep Lauderdale in the game. It's probably reward for effort in the end. They've been peckering it inside forward 50, but Westall strolls in. Don't want to put the moz on him, but slow run up, and it looks like I have, so mark that behind to me when I said it was a sure thing.
That is a legitimate commentator's curse from you.
Yeah.
You were pretty confident, and it's no, it hasn't paid off, unfortunately. So North Launceston with the kick out. Couple of Lauderdale players flew there. Burge was one of them. Now Lauderdale get a quick kick down the wing. Lee has the football, but in fact it's McCulloch who has the football, but he's been pushed over the line, and it looks like McCulloch's going to get a free kick here. So McCulloch handballs it over to Lee. Lee goes forward. Sutton receives the handball, kicks it inside 50, but Bennett is there, and Bennett takes the mark, kicks it to McManus. McManus over to Sutton, and Sutton now down the line. Callow was there. Callow got a fist to it, and it dribbles its way out of play.
Still feel like I owe an apology to all the Southern Bombers fans. Truly put the moz on there, but Callow once again contested in defence. It looks like he's been moved down there this quarter. Siggins and Lee look to contest the ball in the ruck. Lee always had front position, but it went Siggins' way. Good crumb from him. Oates contests the ball and goes in with a big tackle. The umpire will have the ball back. So it's probably panic stations time for Lauderdale at the moment. They trail by 20 points. Definitely achievable, but need to get on the board soon.
So that ruck contest has resulted in another stoppage. We're going to get a ball in. So just top of Lauderdale's forward 50. It is a 20-point margin at the present. Lauderdale 35, North Launceston 55. Ball spilling around. There's a tackle applied by McManus on Davies, and the umpire is going to ball it up. In fact, it was Bell Chambers.
I'm interested to see if this is a tactic from Darren Winter, putting Siggins in the ruck. He has done it as a break glass in emergency situation in the past. Ball scrambles, Burge in there, but even a tough nut like him couldn't get it out of the contest. So I guess just touching on Siggins, in the prelim last year, one of the moves Darren Winter pulled when they were trailing was putting him in the ruck. It played great dividends, but Lee able to get the hit out there to Cox Goodyear. Looks like North Launceston are out now as they send it towards their forward line. Baker contested really strongly, created a contest. Ball to the bottom of the pack, and it doesn't look like it's coming out of there.
So we've played just over 11 minutes in this fourth term. Up it goes. No one really contested that ruck contest. Now trying to find his way out of the tackle was Foon. He did get a kick away though. Bouncing ball. Now McManus has taken his opponent high. There's a bit of biff and buff here between the two players, as there so often is. And the player that he took high was Lasky.
I think there might have been a bit of a difference opinion if you put a bit of mayo on that free. It wasn't Callum Ward levels from last night, but might have played it up. But it did look like there was a bit of high contact there, and if he can go back and slot this, you'd think things would be very hard for Lauderdale from here, opening up a 26-point lead, which would be easily the biggest of this match so far.
So Lasky on a tight angle on the scoreboard side here at Skybus Oval. He lines up. He's absolutely made a meal of that. The kick fell to a pack of players. Rushton tried to snap it to the top of the goal square, or maybe even snap it on goal, but unsuccessful, and the ball comes off hands and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in deep inside North Launceston's forward 50.
They would have wanted the goal, but they'd still be happy with the ball locked up in here. As the two rucks go at it, does look like Siggins taking most of the contest now, but McCulloch, it looked like he got a soccer kick forward as Poland contests the ball, wasn't able to grab it again. Rushton went in hard. Heavey locks up the North Launceston play, and umpire waiting a while, and just trying to see what's happening here. I think it might be a free, but trying to figure out in what direction. No, it's a ball up, sorry. So it looks like Siggins and McCulloch are going at it again. Two big men jostle at it, and it's McCulloch who gets a hit again to no one in particular. Poland tries to rebound it, but couldn't get it out, and it looks like we're set for another ball inside North Launceston's forward 50.
Boundary umpire Caleb Devine to bring it in. Siggins and McCulloch in the ruck. Siggins sort of got there. Ball falls to ground. Heavey trying to pick it up. North Launceston hack it forward. Rushton direction. McGuinness was there to try and contain the mess. Now Lauderdale come out through Francis, and that's a good kick from Francis. Kalkowski down the line, found Oakes. So Oakes looks down the line, kicks it very wide in the Havea direction, who we haven't really seen a lot of since he scored that scored his first goal. I think it might have been in the second term.
Yeah, Donnelly's done a good job in today when he's probably expecting to kick some goals himself, but Kirk tailed him well. Just the one goal last week and only one goal this week as well. As the big men go at it, it looks like it's Lee and Siggins again. And Lee gets his hand to it, but Bell Chambers has it. Siggins bombs it inside forward 50. Havea, can't get there in the end, and it's actually Cal on him this time, so it looks like that's a deliberate move by Taylor Whitford to send his one of his star key forwards down back for this term.
So we're deep inside Lauderdale's forward 50. They're going to have to get a move on here. 1 minute just about until red time. Havea beat Lee in the ruck. Callow clearing kick, but it's only gone as far as Siggins, who gave the quick handball away, and now Raglione can gather, take on his opponent, kick it inside 50, pack of players forward. That's a great mark taken by Oakes.
He's been good today. He's really gotten better as the game's gone along. I think he had a shot early in the game, which he couldn't get, but is there a player down on the ground? It looks like the umpire's just paused play.
Van Buren it is, who does get up, and it looks like he might be okay, so nothing to report there. So Oakes told to step back into line so he can take the kick directly in front, and that keeps Lauderdale in it. So with 16 minutes played in the fourth term, that is an important goal for Lauderdale because it keeps them in touch in red time.
Well, he's
6-5-41, Lauderdale trail North Launceston 8-7-55.
Well, he's one of those highly touted recruits from Richmond in the VFL, and what about that mark? We already saw Jackson Callows take to the skies early today, but that was just pure courage and standing up for his team when they needed him, and makes this game very interesting. They need 3 goals. Sam Siggins, big role in the ruck. He's done it before. He's pulled off a miracle against Launceston in the prelim last year. Does he have enough time to do it today, and especially against the class of Lee? Umpire throws the ball up. Lee tries to fist it. Didn't get much purchase on it. Oakes, who kicked the last goal, sends it forward. Lauderdale player can't mark, but he recovers well, but Lee cuts off his handball and his kick's cut off. It's pressure everywhere at the moment. Cox Goodyear waits for the handball receive and eventually gets it. North Launceston win the crucial contest, send it inside 50, and they get the mark right there, and it's Bird, is it, or Lasky, sorry, who missed a shot on goal early in the term after getting a free for a high tackle, but big moment in the game now. If he can kick it, that he might ice the game, but at the very least will chew up some valuable clock. He actually decides to pass it off. How did they let that happen? runs into goal and he gets it. So I think that might be Jay Foon who got the goal there. And look, I've been talking up this Lauderdale defence all day, but you just have to wonder how they let that happen, leaving Foon free in the pocket, and he was going to take that opportunity every day of the week.
It's a good check side, wasn't it, by Foon?
And a brutal blow after they just got in their first goal for the quarter. Contested ball in the middle, which North Lonnie won, and a really smart play by the Northern Bombers for Foon to get free and makes things near impossible for Lauderdale as it's balled up. Siggins, what a great take from the ruck. Slams it inside 50. Is there a player there for him? Ball spills to the ground. Hafea tries to shug off the tackle, loses the ball. Nelson, he kicked a few goals early in the game but couldn't muster a miracle there as the umpire bowls it up.
So we've played 18 and a half minutes in this fourth term. North Launceston, they do look the goods, don't they, at the moment. But Lauderdale, well, they're going to have to be quick, aren't they? Sutton kicks it wide. It's very wide, and that's a really good mark taken by one of the North Launceston defenders in Callow, who also plays in the forward line, doesn't he?
Oh, he's got Fleisch-like hands right there.
This is the first time I've seen him this year. I've been very impressed with his defensive work. I thought his attacking work was good as Donnelly takes a mark on the chest just outside the defensive 50. So Donnelly looking to kick it up the wing. Scoreboard side here at Skybus Oval. Pack of players. McCulloch in amongst it. Ball falls to Bell Chambers. He lost it. Nat Franklin had it. He lost it. And taken high by Heavey was Egger. And it's going to be a 50. So... and it's another one. So 100-metre penalty. You don't see that in this day and age. And this is to ice the game. Egger, he'll be brought pretty much directly in front. Top of the goal square, I'd say. Maybe, no. Just outside the goal square. So Egger has been awarded a 100-metre penalty.
You'd still think it would be elementary from here, even though he wasn't taken to the square. I don't think I'll put on the mods on him this time, but...
so, Egger, directly in front. This to ice the game. We've just ticked over 20 minutes. And North Lonnie are going to beat Lauderdale once again.
Well, we talked about coach killers early in the game with a 50-metre penalty that set up a Taylor Whitford goal. I reckon Darren Winter was angry then, but he'd be fuming now. It was hard to see Lauderdale getting back and winning this game anyway, but that absolutely iced it. And I think it was from Alex Heavey as well, who's been pretty solid today, but as an experienced play, probably wished he hadn't given away that 100-metre penalty. So North Launceston well and truly in the box seat here. Looks like they're going to continue their dominance over Lauderdale in this rivalry as the ball goes up. Lee gets his hands to it. Smith, good follow-up at ground level, spills out. Baker looks like he's in the middle now, but strong tackle from Ponting.
So the umpire about to pull up the football. We are in deep into red time. Smith taps it down. Egger, who just kicked that icing goal to ice the game. Cox Goodyear worked his way out of trouble. Got the handball off to Bennett. Bennett goes towards goal, but McGuinness on the last line of defence takes the mark. So McGuinness kicks it in the direction of Raglione. And then Raglione decides to kick it down the interchange wing. There's McManus. Quick hands in front of Baker, who's been tackled down to the ground by Van Buren. And the umpire has adjudicated that Baker was taken high, so Baker gets the free.
Looks like he's been moved into the midfield in the dying stages as he sends it forward. Maybe Lauderdale can get one for the road, but well cut off there by North Launceston. Donnelly gathers it. He's been good today, kept Hafea to one goal. Oh, but good mark there on the wing from McManus. He's been pretty solid today as well. Lauderdale just trying to muster anything they can. Smith up forward, but couldn't take the mark. streaming through. Looks like it's Walsh centres the ball, but it's smothered off the boot. Cox Goodyear, the big don't argue from the big midfield ball. It looks like they're going to get out of dodge as the siren sounds. More heartbreak for Lauderdale, beaten by North Launceston on their home deck. Well, Jacob, what did you make of that contest?
Thought North Launceston was superb in the second half. It definitely looked like an even game in the first half. But North Launceston, who lost a few weeks ago to the red-hot Launceston, had the bye and then won last week against Clarence, and now they get 2 wins in a row. And Lauderdale, on the other end, get their 3rd loss in a row after losses to North Hobart Launceston and now North Launceston. So it's not going to do themselves any good, the loss here this afternoon, but still plenty to go in the season, of course. So 6-5-41 Lauderdale, defeated by the reigning premiers North Launceston, 10-7-67.
And there I say it, that 26-point margin, uncomfortably close to the 29-point margin in the grand final last year. So won't be good memories for Lauderdale. We know how hotly these contests are contested. We saw a bit of niggle on the ball, but I think as you touched on, it was a really mature performance from North Launceston after half-time, especially that blitz at the start of the term just really set them up for the game, created a buffer.
So just going through the goal kickers as we wrap up here. Nelson with 3 for Lauderdale, and Havea, Oakes, Walsh with singles. So just the 5 goal kickers for Lauderdale. 6 goals they scored, of course. And there were plenty of goal kickers for North Launceston this afternoon. 2 each to Callow and McCulloch. Singles to Whitford, the coach, of course, the playing coach. Egger kicked that last goal of the game, and Ponting, Withers, Lowe with singles.
And I know you could say that they've improved their goal kicking each week, but 4, 5, 6 goals for Lauderdale. They're just kind of struggling a bit up forward at the moment. Something they'll look to turn around after the bye next week, I'm sure, to try and relaunch their season after 3 straight losses.
So I think that's going to do for what has been a good game of football in which North Launceston dominated towards the end there, and the reigning premiers, they definitely look the goods after round 5 of the 2020 Tasmanian State League season. Hamish, it's been a pleasure to call alongside you. Thanks to everyone for tuning in, and until next time, catch you later.